Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. And tonight, we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
And he's been trending downward in terms of his average points per game. And a number of reasons can lead to this. But he needs to figure out how to get back on track.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. Alexander-Walker and Rizice fill out the perimeter. And it's McCollum at the point guard position. And for Minnesota, Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. Here's Porzingis. A significant amount of games behind us now. Rookies are definitely starting to feel it, Doris.
I mean, at this point, it's been almost twice the amount of games they played during a college season. Very hard to prepare rookies for that first run through an NBA schedule.
And Doris, the Wolves, the 6th seed last season. But by point differential, they were the second best team in the West.
It didn't start out smoothly for an organization that made major changes. The massive difference in personnel with Julius and Dante changed how they were structured. But boy, with a young superstar in Anthony Edwards, they figured it out, and I think they're well positioned moving forward.
Here's McCollum following the three-pointer by Minnesota. Goes up at the stripe. Edwards pulls it in. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Up and over McCollum. Misses off the right iron. Porzingis for three. Randall pulls down the board.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. I asked him about what could tip the balance in their favor tonight. He said, quote, when Kristaps Porzingis is operating at a high level, it opens up their entire offense. The key for us is to keep Porzingis from having a major impact. If we can do that, it'll be our game to win. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. McCollum outside. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Alexander-Walker. Porzingis in the post. Defended by Gobert. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Goes up from the top of the key. And Atlanta misses again.
Listen, that's a quality mid-range shot. He just couldn't capitalize.
Edwards. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. It's a three-point game. Last time they met in Atlanta.
Turnovers were the story of that game. It wasn't what I would call a disciplined performance.
That's what you call using your size in the painted area. Kristaps Porzingis, easy work right there.
Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. Over Rizice. McDaniels can't hit. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Back to Porzingis. And Gobert with a block.
Boy, the long arms and size of Rudy Gobert on full display.
McCollum with a steal. To the inside. Here's Alexander-Walker. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now here's Edwards. Last game he had 28 points. 5 to shoot. Here's Randall. Outside McDaniels. This one for 3. Great D that time from Porzingis. The Hawks leading. Outside Alexander-Walker. Pass to Rizice. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Outside Edwards. It's Edwards on the wing. To in the cold spell. Here's Gobert, and Gobert with the stuff.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, one of the best in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. An easy two on the layup.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Randall, left side. Back to Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. McCollum with a steal. And here's Alexander Walker. On the wing, Risache. To the middle. Here's Johnson, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And that's where Johnson does most of his work offensively, inside the paint.
Timberwolves trail by 3. It's Edwards on the wing. Randall on the screen. Edwards with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. And it's Randall with the jam.
Yeah, fundamental basketball here. Passes on time and on target.
The Hawks have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Doris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric. But beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
Here's Edwards, following the score by Atlanta. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Oh, that is a big-time block from KP. How about that rim protection?
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Now here's Edwards. Defense right on him. Outside McDaniels. Risache with some nice D.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Puts the move on. And the layup is good by Johnson.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Randall inside. Johnson on it. Randall, pass to DiVincenzo. And that time also a missed shot. Atlanta leading by 8. Outside, Alexander Walker. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the open. Tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid comes in for Gobert, and it's Dylan Brooks in for Randall. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Johnson. Kispert comes in for Risache. Dyson Daniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Wallace in for McCollum. Reid. Another miss by Minnesota. Atlanta has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And here's Okongwu for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Timberwolves trail by 13. And the foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul. And Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think rules are fine, B.A. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
Newell, he's checked in for the Hawks. Kennard comes in for Wallace. And Atlanta with possession here. Following the score by Minnesota. Back to Daniels. Okongwu, the pass to Daniels. Clock at 6. Here's Kennard. Three-pointer. Edwards pulls it in.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
The Hawks making a switch here. Krejci's checked in.
Going to go for the floor from the Hawks. Number 27, Krejci.
It's Edwards on the wing. Covered by Daniels. 6 to shoot. Edwards, no good. And it's Daniels with the ball for the Hawks. They lead by 11. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Okongwu with the bucket.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Outside, DiVincenzo. On the wing, Brooks. Over Kennard. Another miss by Minnesota. It's Daniels with a drive. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And what an aggressive take from Daniels. He doesn't mind getting fouled while driving.
How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season, leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, B.A. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. Not bad.
Now here's Edwards. And on offense, he's been a force, scoring over 30 a game.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Here's Daniels. A 12-point game. Back to Johnson. 1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. Kispert outside. Atlanta needs to get off a shot. Here's Kennard. Gets to the corner and hits it. And the Hawks lead by 14.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now here's Daniels. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
It's McDaniels on the wing. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot is good by Edwards.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Now Daniels. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Reed, good.
This is showing the versatility of Naz Reid. Yes, he can make buckets from 3, but I like when he goes to work inside.
And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. And an overpowering first quarter effort, already a double-digit advantage. The Hawks on top, leading by 10. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
They've got Dylan Brooks. Anthony Edwards out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Jaden McDaniels. And it's Reed in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Here's Daniels after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Kennard for 3. Edwards pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
McDaniels a screen. Here's DiVincenzo. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Daniels against Edwards. Fires the 3. And Daniels with a 3. And the Hawks lead by 11.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Outside McDaniels. Reed to screen on Johnson. Here's McDaniels. Kennard with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 11. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Highland's checked in. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Kennard outside. 4 on the clock. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
What assertive play by Luke Kennard in the painted area doing work.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Pass to Reed. Highland looking for an opening. Takes it inside. And Reed with a basket on the assist by Highland. Reed's got his second bucket of the game.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Randall, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Clark comes in for Brooks. Okay, a moment to check out the league leaders in steals. Second is Dyson Daniels.
And he's such a plus defensively for his team. Those steal numbers scare opponents and lead to fast break buckets.
DiVincenzo against Kennard. Down low. Here's Johnson. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for CJ.
5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Reed sets a screen. Fires from deep. They get it back. Pass to Clark. Up and in from the low block. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Randall. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Kispert. There's the triple, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Now here's Highland. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Clark with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. For 3, Randall. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kennard passes to Okongwu. That one goes in. Okongwu's got 7 points.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Now here's Randall. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Here's Kennard. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
The Hawks making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Now here's Highland. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. 6 on the shot clock. Randall, a screen on Daniels. Here's Highland. It's good.
Boy, Highland working hard for that high percentage shot. That's nicely done.
And it's Daniels with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. It's the second game of 3 on the road. Here's Highland. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Dyson Daniels. Minnesota shooting their first free throws here for the night. And one thing you hear coaches say all the time, Doris, finish the cut.
The reason being, you have to let the passer know exactly what you're going to do. If you stop short, so often the ball ends up out of bounds.
Anthony Edwards is checked in for DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Hawks. And he comes up with a bucket. 10 points for him.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Clark lays it up and banks it in. Clark's gotten his second bucket.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Daniels. Outside, Alexander Walker. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Highland against Daniels. Edwards for 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Daniels outside. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. There's the 3. Clark grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 16. Randall outside. Shoots over Okongwu. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
Outside, Alexander Walker. And there's the screen. Pass to Porzingis. Fires the 3. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Edwards looking it over. Outside Reed. Takes the 3. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. Edwards has got 3 assists in the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Atlanta leading by 12. Daniels with it. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
And the basket is good. Randall's got 8.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot. The new collective bargaining agreement is pushing parity. Commissioner Adam Silver said teams are realizing that there are real teeth in those second apron provisions. The goal was to put all 30 teams in a better position to compete. I think we're on our way to doing just that. Back to you, Brian.
Leveling the playing field. Thanks for the update, Allie. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Randall. Brooks, he's checked in for Clark. And Spencer Dinwiddie is subbed in for Highland. Atlanta also making some changes. Risache, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's McCollum in for Daniels. Now here's Okongwu. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace. A guy like like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
Timberwolves trail by 12. And here's Brooks. Yet to see a basket. And finished off by Brooks.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Now here's McCollum. Picked up by Kongwu. And McCollum, good for 3. McCollum's got 8.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Porzingis. And it's McDaniels off the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And now that's his second foul, so they're going to have to navigate that as this game progresses here in the next couple minutes.
And Minnesota making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. Alexander Walker. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 11. McDaniels can't hit. McDaniels against McCollum. His fourth make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. From the arc. Edwards hits from beyond the arc.
That's his second timeout range this quarter after hitting none in the first.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. And here are some of the best scorers in the league so far. In the third spot, Anthony Edwards.
He's proven to be an essential part of their offensive efforts, always playing hard on that end and ensuring they come up with points.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Reed with it. Now Kongwu defending. Outside Reed. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 5. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
McCollum outside. 24 seconds left in the first half. Oh, the teardrop falls in. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
For a 6'3" guard like McCollum, the floater is a must. Just goes right over the shot blockers.
Brooks outside. Let's go with a 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
McCollum way outside. No good. Would have counted had it gone. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Atlanta on top, leading by 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's first take a game. It'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. That one gets started at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And moving over to the first half of our game, guys, what has gotten into Porzingis?
He's imposing his will.
Glad you could join us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even Making it happen, guys.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
On the court for the Hawks. Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. Now here's Edwards. Pass to Reed. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Rizachet. Rizachey's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's McCollum. Outside, Alexander Walker. Out to the right wing. For 3, Porzingis. Rebound, Minnesota.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
The whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
The players are confirmed. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Call still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Milton's checked in for Anthony Edwards. Atlanta leading by 6. Alexander Walker, the pass to Johnson. McCollum against Milton. Now here's McCollum. He's closely guarded. Up top, Alexander Walker. DiVincenzo covering.
0 for 3 to start the second half. You've got to start finding your footing here.
Outside Milton. Reed for 3. Connects from downtown. Reed's got 10.
Well, this is the value of Naz Reid. A center who can shoot it with great consistency from range.
Pass to Brooks. Picked his pocket. Inside, here's McCollum. The shot no good. Ooh, good work defensively by Milton.
Rough start to the 3rd quarter, but give some credit to the defense they're facing.
For 3, McCollum. Kept alive by Atlanta. Right side, Porzingis. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Another reason why they're up. Just taking what the defense giving him here.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Just over 2.5 minutes going by in the second half. They set the pick. Milton attacking.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Porzingis with a screen on Milton. Here's McCollum. That's short off the rim.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Here's DiVincenzo. Oh, and that with no question powered it down.
Yeah, great setup by DiVincenzo with the pick and roll. He is very capable as the screener or the handler.
The ball's knocked loose. Here's Milton driving in. Oh, and he brings it down with a 2-handed jam.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Rizachet, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this 3rd quarter. For the lead. And it's Milton. That time on the assist by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got his 4th assist with that last one. McCollum outside. they set the pick. They need this. Atlanta again missing.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Reed, good.
We know this about DiVincenzo, guys. He's not just a scorer. He loves to get his teammates involved.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
They're looking to do something to stop this run. They have to get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
McCollum, pass to Johnson. From down in the low post, it goes. Johnson's got 6 points. Here's Milton. He's got 5. Outside, DiVincenzo. Another one falls for Minnesota.
Since the break, it feels like an entirely new game.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Now here's Risache. He's been contributing over 15 a game. McCollum with a screen on Reed. Alexander Walker. And a miss there on the triple.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Or something everybody likes about Naz Reid is his energy. It's infectious.
This is why the fans love him. And what I admire most about Naz, yes, he's been effective off the bench. He's been able to fit into any lineup. Every year the coaching staff comes in and says, I'm not sure where he fits, and Naz finds a way to carve out a role. Big jelly in the house.
Now here's Alexander Walker. 7 points in the game. Great positioning on the putback.
And really, Johnson is an elite rebounder, so you have to be aware where he is and get a body on him.
McCollum against Milton. Pass to DiVincenzo. Hits the trifecta. DiVincenzo's got 7 points here in the quarter.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 15. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Baron Jay's got 4 rebounds now. Brooks finds Reed. The 3 ball. Porzingis grabs the board. Hawks trail by 8. There's McCollum with the 3. Pure from 3-point range. McCollum's got 15.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Now here's Milton. 5 points in the game. Outside, DiVincenzo. 4 on the clock. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Porzingis. On the wing, Risache. Pass to Alexander Walker. Over to the left wing. Left side, Porzingis. And that one's on target from the wing. Now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
When he needs to get into that mid-range bag, Kristaps Porzingis feels super comfortable.
Reed, a screen on McCollum. Here's Milton. Soft touch off the glass. Milton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pass to Porzingis. To the middle. Oh, look out! Porzingis!
You get the sense his teammates recognize Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm. Let's keep feeding him.
Here's Brooks. 5 points in the game. Outside Reed. Outside, DiVincenzo. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
It's tipped. Here's Brooks. That one falls. Brooks has got 7 points.
And just as tough as they come, Dillon Brooks battling for 2 points.
Walker. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Porzingis. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
Boy, hard to operate any more efficiently than this guy has this quarter.
McCollum against Milton. Outside, DiVincenzo. Sinks it from distance. DiVincenzo's got 10 points in just the second half.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
Johnson against Reed. Porzingis with a screen on Reed. Outside Rizachet. Up and over Brooks. No good, off the front rim. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's DiVincenzo. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Rizachet. Nice D from Reed.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
To the paint. Here's Barrett. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Now here's McCollum. He's got 15. Johnson passes to McCollum. The 3 from Rizachet. No good there. Good work defensively by Brooks.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Reed to screen on Johnson. Pass to Reed from behind the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Back to Alexander Walker. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Counted from distance.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter. You know he wants to help his team, but not sure if shooting is the way to do it.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Offline from the top of the key. The third quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves ahead, up 5. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. It's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And it's Daniels with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Anthony Edwards out there with Shake Milton. And it's Gobert in at the center position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. 6 to shoot. Kennard passes to Johnson. Over Randall. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now here's Edwards. To the inside. It's stolen by Okongwu. Here's Kispert. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
You never want to foul Corey Kispert. This is just one of the pure shooters in the game.
First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Here's Edwards. Getting a good look. Edwards.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Daniels outside. And it's Gobert with a rebound. The Timberwolves shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. Outside McDaniels. 4-3. Rebound Atlanta.
I'll tell you, this is not a game he'll want to individually remember, but they are positioned to close this thing out.
McDaniels against Daniels. Pass to Okongwu. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Daniels with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Daniels misses. Minnesota leading by 5. Randall outside. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, what a pretty dribble move by Julius Randle. That handle is tight.
Kennard outside. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Okongwu, the pass to Kennard. He drops it from range.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Edwards. Here's the 3. And Edwards hits him right back for a 3.
Oh, that is a stone-cold 3 by the Ant-Man.
Daniels outside. Kennard on the wing. Down low. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Pass to Gobert. Now McDaniels. And here's Milton. Covered by Daniels. Gets stolen by Daniels. For 3. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Minnesota in the lead. Randall inside. Covered by Johnson. Randall, good.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Now here's Daniels. Now here's Okongwu. Just 5 on the clock. Over Gobert. Okongwu, no good. The Timberwolves lead by 4. Picked by Gobert. Edwards with it, and Kennard picks him up defensively.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
So for the Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Kispert. And it's Alexander Walker in for Kennard. Here's Daniels. Over to the wing. Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Daniels against Randall. Here's Porzingis. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And the upcoming schedule for the Minnesota Timberwolves. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. And then on Friday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, they obviously have the upper hand coming into that one. But don't expect a blowout. It could turn into a real battle.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed's checked in for Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in for Milton. And it's Randall with the jam.
If the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
Daniels against Edwards. Left side Risache. They set the screen. Pass to Porzingis. All alone. Perfect. Right between the eyes on that one. Porzingis has gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
And foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his 3rd foul of the game. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Hawks.
In for Atlanta, number 3, CJ McCollum.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 2-point game. Outside Johnson. Back to McCollum. Outside Alexander Walker. Right wing. Clock at 6. Porzingis for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. Pass to DiVincenzo. That three's off the mark. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnson. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. The lead is 2. Here is DiVincenzo. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here's Risache. McDaniels covering. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
You have to be careful when Jaden McDaniels is in your area as an offensive player. This guy is so elite defensively.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Timberwolves making a change here. Brooks is checked in. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team. How bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
High scoring hasn't been what we're accustomed to, but as a team, they have been able to find success. That's 2 triples for him, 1 in the first, 1 in the second.
Minnesota's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. 5 on the clock. McDaniels a screen. The whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his 5th foul.
Kind of losing their way here. They've let this lead evaporate.
Outside, Alexander Walker. To the wing, right side. Randall against Porzingis. Back to Alexander Walker. Over Edwards. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on CJ McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Hawks on D. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Well, making it look very easy. Right at the rim, McDaniels with the finish.
Now Risache. Porzingis sets a screen. Randall with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Good for 2. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Now here's Randall. DiVincenzo with it. Shot clock at 6. Randall, a screen on McCollum. Here's Randall. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Julius Randall under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
It's Johnson with a drive. Oh, he jams it right back at him.
Well, we know Johnson's a great scorer, and those are big-time points.
Porzingis against Randall. Outside Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. go. Hawks trail by 3. Now McCollum. 1:33 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Oh, that's a man on a mission right there.
Welcoming the chance to take important shots. McCollum knows his teammates and coaches. They trust his judgment.
And they did right there. Now here's Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the trifecta.
He really thrives in high-pressure moments. That's a big-time play.
Atlanta's gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Now Johnson. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
And when Johnson gets an opening, no question he's looking to power it down.
McDaniels, a screen on McCollum. DiVincenzo. Oh, what a jam. Holding nothing back.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Gobert's checked in for Minnesota.
In for Minnesota, number 27, Rudy Gobert.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. Now Johnson. McCollum on the left side. For 3. Buries it from outside.
Yeah, Johnson will take advantage of a look from 3 every time.
And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Edwards loves these moments, and boy, does he deliver.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
Change here. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Brooks defending. To tie it up. Oh, missed on the tray. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that should do it. No miracle comeback tonight, but boy, what a game, fellas.
So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. Give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke,